Okay, so let me try this again. So hi guys. Uh, and the reason why I say try again is because I was trying to do this problem, but apparently one note was crashing a lot. So hopefully this time it doesn't crash, and if it still does, then I'm gonna have to reset it. But anyways, let's go over this, problem here, right? So basically, what you have to do, you have vectors u and v. You want to find the angle between the vectors u and v, right? So what that means is basically, so we don't have to know how it looks on a graph, but it's very important to know how to do it without looking at a graph, if that makes sense. So there's a way to do this. This formula here is how you do it. Basically, whenever we want to find an angle between two vectors, u and v, you have to find, so you have to do u dot v, the dot product of u and v, and then do the magnitude of u times the magnitude of v. So to do u dot v, where u equals ab and v equals, let's just say, I'm going to just say CD, just because, but basically u dot v says that it's going to be equal to a times c, or rather, it's going to be a times c plus b times d. So u dot v here, so let's just do u dot v. So basically it's going to be 2, 1 dot 3, negative 2. And then the magnitude is just, anytime you have the magnitude of u, that's just the square root of a squared plus b squared, given that u is equal to 8 comma b as the vector, right? So we're going to do square root, and the vector u is 2, 1, so we're going to do 2 squared plus 1 squared, and then times the magnitude of v, so it's going to be the square root of 3 squared plus negative 1 squared, right? Now, here, so then we go ahead and do u dot v, so then that means that u dot v, so 2, 1 dot 3, negative 2, is going to be 2 times 3 plus 1 times negative 2. So it's going to be 6 plus negative 2, which is 6 minus 2, which is 4. So this is equal to 4. And then we're going to do over the square root of, so it's 2 squared, that's 4, plus 1, times the square root of 3 squared is 9, plus negative 1 squared, that's 9 plus 1. So then we have 4 over the square root of 5 times the square root of 10. So then this gives us 4 over the square root of 50, and then we can simplify the square root. We can say that this is equal to 4 divided by the square root of 25 times the square root of 2, right? I'm going to put parentheses just so that you guys don't get confused between dot product and all that other stuff, because, yeah, so, because if I put a dot, then you're going to think it's dot product, and it's not, it's multiplication. So it's going to be 4 over 5 square root 2. Now, we can turn this into, like by rationalizing the denominator, we can do times the square root of 2 over the square root of 2. So we have 4 square root 2 over 5 times 2, which is equal to 2 times 2, because this part, 2 times 2 times the square root of 2 over 5 times 2. So then we go ahead and cross 2 out. We get 2 square root 2 all over 5. And that is what cosine theta equals to, right? That's what cosine theta is. Cosine theta is 2 square root 2 over 5. Now, to find the angle, you're going to have to take the inverse and make sure your angles or your calculator is in degree mode to find the angle in degrees. So you have cosine inverse of cosine theta equals cosine inverse of 2 square root 2 over 5, okay? And depending on what they want you to round it to, we have a, so I'm going to put as much of the decimal as I can, so like 55.55009818012, right? Now, if they want you to round it to the nearest degree, you're going to say 55, so it's going to be 55.5, and that's going to just be 56 degrees. Now, if they want you to round it to the nearest tenth, it's going to be 55.6. If they want you to do it to the nearest hundredth, it's just going to be 55.55. This is to the nearest hundredth. But I always like to do to the nearest degree because it's or to the nearest tenth, either one, like this. But it really depends on how they want you to do it. Now to the nearest degree would be 56 degrees because it's 55.6. So then that rounds up to 56 degrees. So your answer for the angle between the vectors u and v is going to be 56 degrees. Now let me quickly sketch how this would look on a graph very quickly. Okay, so to quickly summarize this in vectors, your initial point is always 0, 0. And then, so you have 2, 1, that's the vector u, right? So you're going to do the x component of 2, which is just u, this is x, the x component of 2. You're going to go to the right 2 and up 1. So this would be vector u, right? 2, 1. And then vector v, you would do to the right 3 and down -2. So it'll be like right here. So basically, hold on. So it'll be 1, 2, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, and then down 2. So it'll be 1, 2. So it'll be like right over here in reality. That's vector v, right? Now the line that connects these two vectors, this one, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what that would be. I think it's u minus v, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is that you find the angle between two vectors. So the angle between these two vectors would be this one here, angle theta. And that's how this would look in the graph representation. Theta we found was 55.6 degrees. So that's really all this means, is this is why we do dot product and everything like that, to find the angle between two vectors. So yeah. Anyways, with that being said, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I know that it was kind of long, but I really wanted to explain the graphical representation of this, as well as how to find the angle between two vectors. So with that being said, guys, I hope this helps, and please like, comment, and or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.